Ooh, that's the wrong pre-show. That's all right. Did I not? I did. Okay. That one's correct. Guess one is there.
I had to find where the echo was. I'm like, where am I seeing the echo? Hello, everyone. Give us just a sec. Zafo had to refurb his computer with brand new parts, so now he has to make sure everything is working. But look, Chelsea brought a kitty to entertain you. Meanwhile, the good boy.
So did you see one of the shows at the Tonys this year? It's called Dead Outlaw, and there's a song where a girl grows up singing and telling all her secrets to the dead body of an outlaw in her living room.
That sounds right up your alley, Chelsea.
Apparently, it's based on a true story.
Nuh-uh. Now I'm feeling bad for that girl. No, but I saw
don't know.
Daring
Her dad's
Chris,
like
and I was.
so, and they use like real human like bones in movies all the time. So it's probably something to do with that. But yeah, I kind of want to look at the real, like, what's the story behind this musical, and where can I find a slime tutorial of it?
You're like, let me know. I must know what's happening.
All right.
Hello, hello.
Did you get Stinger?
I did get the stinger, yes.
Okay. Twitch audience, did you get the stinger? The cool little noise between scenes.
Yes, and also let us know if we are in and out, because Zafo sounds in and out to us, so we just need to know if we are, or if the sound sounds good with myself and Chelsea. So just let us know. It's hard for us to tell. Zafo being in and out is annoying, but it's not a deal breaker. Chelsea just has to sound good, quite frankly. So everyone sounds good to me. All right, Chelsea, you want to talk a little?
Well, it's a little bit dangerous, my friends. You got a mind. You need a mindset change for this. You cannot say, I'll get away with playing safe for this. You want to get home, put it all on the line.
Right. I love it. I love it. Acapella and everything.
Bit of the intro audio.
Yep, I can hear it.
And it was probably pretty loud, but that button doesn't have the volume change on it, so.
Sorry, that thing reminded me I had the title page on the wrong monitor. I won't be able to read it over there.
All right, I think a bit fuzzy. Let me try some.
I'll say, what's a bit fuzzy besides the kitty cat?
Am I less fuzzy now?
I mean, a bit. You kind of have to talk a little bit more for us to tell.
Sure, I get it. It's tough to tell. I took the little doober-doo off the end of the mic, the pop filter.
I mean, a little bit. I don't know. I just remember last time it wasn't your mic, it was something else. I just can't remember what that else is because it's not my area of technical expertise.
Yep. What it was last time, I killed. It is dead. It is gone. It does not exist.
Well, it's coming back to haunt you. See, Jen Bear says we are straight spooky. I mean, I don't know what she's referring to because I missed some comments, but you know.
What you gonna do? Gonna jump? You did
it! All right, let's see. Anne loves the hair, Chelsea. I know, it's adorable, right? She just comes with that gorgeous hair to Fan Expo Dallas last week, and it was awesome. Let's see.
All right, so
assuming out, but he's a bit fuzzy. Yeah, we got that. Yay! So we have Anne and Jen and Florida Kevin and Northern Lights, of course. Let's see. And Northern Lights, you and Jen typed the exact same thing, word for word. So close on 2 for 2. Look, Northern Lights and Jen Bear really are twins. Who knew? Who knew? There's some, y'all need to talk to your parents. I mean, I know you're years apart, but still. All right. Are we ready, Zafo?
Yeah, I think we're ready.
Okay. All right. Let's see if I can remember. What is it? Best thing to happen since tacos? All right.
Best thing that happened No, to Tuesday.
Yeah, I
since
got it.
tacos.
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I just had to remember what it was I was supposed to say. Because
Fair
I had
enough.
this really long title to read, Chelsea.
People
know
like
how
the
that's going.
puns.
I don't know how that's going in the accounting software. We're gonna have to
I
figure
know, I
that one
typed
out.
it in. Zafe was like, can that be shorter? I'm like, nope. He's like, great.
Yeah. So, anywho, alrighty. Let us. Yeah, are we ready to do the thing?
We're ready. Are you ready, Chelsea?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Perfect.
Let's do the thing.
Hello, readers. Welcome to Book Launch Tuesday, the best thing to happen to Tuesday since tacos. Tonight, we are celebrating Sia McGuire with If You've Got
Hold
the
on.
Money, I've Got the Prime.
Oh.
What?
Hold on.
This is.
I saw Echo.
Oops.
I was doing so good, too. Now I want to mess it up next time.
He's my favorite
Right.
clone in the Bad Batch.
Oh, I know what the issue is. I know exactly
fix
what
it?
the issue
Fix
is.
it?
This is why we edit these now. Isn't that nice?
That needs to be B2, not B1, so that you don't get the duplicates. Okay. We're gonna try that one more time.
Woohoo!
Here we go.
Hello, readers. Welcome to Book Launch Tuesday, the best thing to happen to Tuesday since tacos. And tonight we are celebrating Sia McGuire with If You've Got the Money, I've Got the Crime, a Misplaced Adventures novel, Book 2 in Pick's Pocket series. We are very excited to explore what happens next with Pickett and Edie. When ghosts from her past return to haunt her, Pickett's life of hiding is over. She must deal with their truths or lose the only home she's ever had. Welcome. Congratulations, Chelsea. Book 2 in this series is out. How does it feel to have this out in the world?
I'm so tired.
Says every American ever. Yes, you've had some busy weekends. We just got back from Fan Expo Dallas where you sold out.
Well, people like zombies and drag shows, so.
That's true. That line really worked. And if nothing else, people didn't ignore you. I'll tell you that. Because some people would be like, well, you know, I like one of those. And people would be like, no. And some people would be like, yes. I loved it. It was very clever. What line are you going to use to sell this one?
You're gonna have to ask me when I've had more sleep. I have no idea. I don't know if you like breaking nuns out of convents.
Who are there unwillingly.
What are you doing? Get down there. Get down. Get down. Well,
I
we
mean-
can't talk about why she's in the temple.
I know.
We don't want the audience to know yet why she's in the temple and why she's getting busted out.
No, but we can say she doesn't want to be in there. That's okay. But yeah, this is it's a. I mean, it kind of is, right? It's like a heist story, except the thing they're heisting is this nun.
Sort of, in as much as the Pick's Pocketbooks or anything, because it's not a heist story because they're not good at it.
I mean, there's some heist stories like that. They're just usually children.
Yeah, this is no Ocean's 11. This is your local bartender just got hired to break somebody out.
Mm-hmm. Local bartender who also happens to be a fake witch, which is really fun.
Who happens to be a fake witch.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love it.
Don't lie on your resume. You'll get put on jobs that you have no business doing.
I don't understand. Why do they keep asking me to make the spreadsheet? Oh, wait, what did I put on my thing? Oh, I see now. I get it. It all makes sense. So we will have these, and also anyone local to the Houston area Chelsea will be at Comic Palooza on Sunday. So that will be June 22nd. So you can come out and see her and get your books autographed. For anyone who is unlucky enough not to be local to come out and meet me, Zepho will put the link right in the chat so you can get this book. And through there, you can see the series too if you want to get the first one. So it's cursedragonship.com/IYGM. Because again, it's too long, so I couldn't type all in. You've got the money, I've got the crime. So get that in there. I mean, it is funny since they're both songs that you've rewritten.
And they're country songs.
They're both country songs. So my question is, have you thought of a third one for book 3? Because I know you, sometimes the title comes first.
I thought of something for book 3. It's not going to work now, so I'm still figuring it out. I'm listening to a lot of country music right now.
Very
I'm
clever.
also glaring at my cat who's trying to eat my Calanthea.
I thought it was...
Oh my God, she just went right back to it.
Oh, not afraid of you at all, Chelsea. You need discipline in that household. Oh, wait, cats. Never mind. Let's see. Florida Kevin says, because temples have the best ice cream. That's why she's in the temple. Oh, of course. Of course. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there you go. He also says Pink Panther movies are bad heist movies. There you go. As in incompetent, not bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got it. Well, speaking of fake magic users, we do have, without spoilers for knowing why, Edie is actually experimenting with rune crafting. Why did you decide to bring rune crafting into this to your story?
I'm sure there was a reason. You made me write this book so fast. Shit just kind of happened.
Well, if it comes out this good every time, I'm just going to have to make you write fast every time. It's a new thing now, Chelsea.
Oh.
This is how it works. See? That's what happens.
No.
Yeah, when you do things well.
No.
Yeah, I think
No.
so.
Can we count that as a lie on my resume?
I love that. I love it. So 2 books. This will be a 3-book series. So we are working on book 3, and for this one, will this be the first series that you've completed?
Ever? Yeah.
That's pretty exciting. Firsts are fun. Let's see. The Owlite Network says they love the title. See, validation. Title's good. I will tell you a little secret out there. When Chelsea told me the title, I'm like, oh, that is too long. I don't know how that's going to work. So I sent it to Molly, the cover designer. I'm like, look, can you get this on the cover? What's it going to look like? And she got it on the cover, as you can see, and it looks amazing. And I was like, all right, you can have it. Title's yours. I'm wondering, I didn't know if I could put commas in titles, but apparently it let me. So yay. Let's see. Oh, Northern, we have a lot of people in the chat that just aren't into cats. Where's Anne? We know Anne loves the cats. So, but Jen says cats are all the rage these days. I don't know that you are allowed to be a writer without a cat. I'm sorry, Jen, Florida Kevin. It's a rule. Right, Chelsea?
I mean, there are some dogs who are kind of like cats.
I mean, maybe. I mean, you can. Dogs aren't forbidden. You're allowed to have them, but you must have a cat. I mean, that's just the way it works. Florida Kevin, I'm a rule breaker. That's true. That's absolutely true. Hence the reason we have all this big, exciting world. And I have to say, you've done a really good job of putting some references to other worlds into your book. So one time you had at the bar that there was somebody sitting there with the mask on. So that reminded me of Ethan's world, right, with the Colt. So All Hail the Kin. So that was awesome. How about the knife? So can you tell us a little bit about the special knife that Edie has in the tavern?
It came from someone else's book.
Yes, that was.
I'm not saying anything else.
No, that's just the thing.
I'm not giving Jack away.
Oh, this isn't giving secrets away. This is just excitement for doing it. So the fact that you had other worlds, what I'm wondering is, have you had a chance yet to read those other books, or was it just because of interacting and finding out about their worlds?
It was because of interacting. I do at some point intend to sit down and get all of them. I haven't yet.
No, I understand. We're busy. I get that 100%. So it's very cool. You did a great job putting stuff in like that. Um, so
Oh, the
very cool.
cats are throwing up now.
Oh, you've upset
Feel
them. You
like I
wouldn't let
should
them
just
eat the plant.
report on the ongoing chaos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Screaming at me, then peeing on the puppy pad, then eating the plant, and then throwing up, all during this recording.
Yes. And if you think this is chaos, you've got to pick up this book. So is this the inspiration for the chaos that goes in the book, just your everyday life?
Probably.
You're like, yes, yes. It is a direct reflection of the
The
things I have
weekend
to live.
before, dude, the weekend before we went to Fan Expo, I went up to the lake with my family. My mom almost starts a forest fire. I get heat sick. The 8-year-old child we have with us fails to tell anyone the things that we all need to know. We spend 4 hours trying to get everyone to sit down and watch Wicked, and then the power goes out because my brother served us tofu.
I mean, tofu and power. Everyone knows their enemies. How did he not know that?
We think it was my father's ghost.
Oh, he was like, how dare you eat tofu? Where's the beef?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much.
Mm-hmm. That could do it. That could do it.
So that's kind of the vibe. I'm also very tired, so I might be finding that a lot funnier than it is.
No, I think it's appropriate for what's happening right now. It makes sense to me. Anne wants to know, what was the most challenging scene or chapter to write?
One, you made me rewrite a bunch because it didn't make sense, but there was no time to truly fix it.
Is it the one at
The
the
one
end?
in the one in the office.
Yes.
The one at the end was really easy, but the one in the office was just like, I have a reason for this scene, but I
Well, for the record, you fixed it, so you did great. I'm so sorry it
Okay,
was
cool.
so
I
tormenting.
didn't know if it was fixed. I thought we
Wait.
just ran out of
As much
time.
as I torment you, you think if it wasn't fixed, I wouldn't send it back to you again?
I don't know. This was so fast and it was really scary.
Well, quite frankly, I wasn't expecting the rewrites to be this fast. You were just that good. So you need to clap yourself on the back for being as good as you were, because that was very impressive.
Ellie, I'm a teacher. I know buttering up to get someone to do what you want when I hear it, because I use that tactic every day at work.
I'm not buttering you up. I'm actually not good at that. Ask poor Kevin.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Anne wants to know, who was your favorite character to write in this book?
I mean, I generally always just like writing Edie and Pickett. It's probably the boring answer because they're the main characters, but I just like writing them. They're fun. They have a fun dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
I did enjoy that in this book, there's a little more room and ability for them to breathe and actually start tapping into some of the romantic tension between them. In the first book, because of everything going on with Pickett, there really wasn't. She didn't have the bandwidth for it.
Right.
In this book, she has the bandwidth to start actually taking her feelings for Edie seriously.
Which is so beautiful. There are some gorgeous scenes in this book and heartbreaking ones. So thanks a lot, Chelsea.
So like when a lady and another lady.
Wait till book 3.
Part of me wonders if my dad is just kind of like, oh, thank God I kicked the bucket so I didn't have to read that.
But would he have read it?
I don't know. I don't know if he read the first one. I have no idea. He read he read my YA book and said it was almost too gay for him to handle. So I have no idea how he would handle these. Which is weird because he loves the Verkosigan books, and those books they're not exactly straight and narrow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a whole different ballgame.
Very different ballgame.
Yes, but sometimes people who aren't into that thing can ignore subtle stuff.
It's not subtle. Not in this one.
No, in your book, it is not subtle. No. For sure. No. There's no subtlety. And like you said in the first book, people can interpret things, but it's not really clear. Second book, it is clear.
Yeah. I feel like that's why it's coming out in June this year instead of March. I feel like you pushed it for Pride.
I did it totally on purpose. You're right.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with everyone being overworked. It's totally for Pride. I did it on purpose.
Absolutely for Pride.
But it's nice because we'll be able to debut it at Comicpalooza. It'll be the first time it's sold in person, which will be amazing. So that will be fun. Now, Fan Expo Dallas, we just got back from. Was that like your first convention to be at selling books?
Selling books, yes.
That was, you were incredible. So what
Well,
did you learn?
Sorry, I'm legitimately so tired. I came straight home from work and took a nap. I'm trying to think. It was actually pretty similar to the Artist Alley stuff that I've done in the past. I've been attending cons since I want to say 15. I've been selling stuff at cons since I was like 16 or 17. So a lot of that was really familiar. I was surprised that there were some people who would just come up and buy like fucking every book on the table. That surprised me because I'm so used to people who shop like I do, who are very thrifty and very budget conscious. So that was interesting.
Yeah, we call those people our heroes. They're our personal heroes. Kelly, you might record your writer's pitches for your TikTok. Yeah, I already thought about that. Not for TikTok though. We'll put it on Shorts. But yeah, for sure.
Mom's been on me to start advertising on TikTok, but I just finished my Constitution series and I'm like, I don't know how it goes from an entire series where I read out the Constitution to people and then start doing like, oh, buy my book, and maybe start doing silly little Javik Arcane skits. I want to do silly little Javik Arcane skits. I feel like I should be serious on there. I don't know. It's a decision to make.
It is a decision for sure. You definitely have the personality for it because your personality is definitely reflected in the books. What I mean is your sense of humor is in there, your morality is in there. That in the end, I'm not saying your morality and Pickett's align, by the way. I just mean the overall theme in the books fit that. So actually people liking you, they're going to like these. So whatever you do on there will probably work. And says, I think you could be multifaceted on there. Yes, I think you can. I agree.
I just need to set aside a Saturday and just film a lot of fandom sketches and be like, also buy books and donate to charity.
Mm-hmm. That's always the plan, right? So more of those the anthologies we have are for charity. So they all go to the money, 50% of the profit for them go to Toys for Tots. So, and all of it will go once the cost of production is paid for. Once that's been paid for, all of it will go to Toys for Tots. So we do also like the charity if we can squeeze that in where we can. And we volunteer all the time. So that's also part of our MO. We can't help ourselves.
What if for charity we were to do some things that like maybe auction off, or if they would let us, or something like a picture of the Jolly Chicken with all the authors having signed it, or little other things like that, to see if we could do little extra things here and there to raise money for charity.
I mean,
yes,
that would be
dear,
fun.
I hear you.
The cats are voicing their opinion on how they feel about it. They're like, I want to sign it.
Their opinion is Mom needs to be snuggling us right now. What the fuck else does she think she's doing? That lazy bitch.
You are home. Do your job.
And my job is to cuddle them at all times.
Yes.
Because I'm not doing it, I am not paying my rent for living in their house.
That's exactly it. I mean, I understand their point of view. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Makes sense to me. Your Owlite Network wants to know which one would you like to talk. So which character would you like to talk to one-on-one to find out, like, what the fuck are they thinking?
Jodiah, the bounty hunter. He's weird. I don't totally get him. He just kind of does stuff, and I'm like, well, that's new. That explains shit. I didn't see that coming.
Now? What are you doing? I'm so confused.
I'm usually a much bigger plotter, so these books have been a lot more pantsy than I'm accustomed to.
Well, I have to say, because all these series have a little different feel because they're all a different author. That was the point, right? That's what Kevin and I wanted, was each author to take their own spin on it. But when it comes to humor, yours matches Kevin's the best. I don't know what that says about you two, but the humor parts feels the same in your books and his books. So yeah, you really rocked the humor part, I have to say. So anyone look at the funny fantasy, though this one is more serious, but it is the second book, but you still have plenty of humor in there. Sometimes the humor is just like, are you serious, Pickett? But you know, like what? Wait, what? What are you doing? I liked the dress on Edie's head. And if y'all want to know what I'm talking about, you should pick up a copy of the book. So Zafo, if you can put that in the link again so we can make sure that they know exactly where to get the copies, cursedragonship.com/IYGM. You can click on and have fun. Also, if you want to join us on Discord and talk to our authors just like this anytime you want, you can go to cursedragonship.com/Discord. Now, Chelsea, we do have, as we talked about a little bit already, a philosophy around here that if people like you, they also like what you write. So we have a few questions about what you are doing right now. Like, what are you reading?
I'm definitely doing that. My dad died. I need to connect with all the things I didn't do when he was alive. So I'm reading the Verkosigan books.
Aww.
Yeah, if you think Pickett and Edie are chaotic.
Jen said she loved that series, so you've got some, yeah.
Yeah, I felt really, Jen, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say this. I was just getting back into it. Because I stopped at Brother in Arms years ago, so I finally picked up Mirror Dance, which I was really excited about, where he has a clone brother now. And I started reading it and I was like, oh my God, this is so fucking funny. I love it. This book's amazing. And I recommended the series to a student. And then I get to the end of that book. And I had to go, hey, sweetie, you know that series I was hyping? Maybe don't read it till you're in college. I said until you're 18, but she's like, I am 18. I'm like, fuck. I don't want you to read it while you're my student because I don't think I want to talk to you about the extended torture scenes.
Oh, you're like, it's too much. It's too much. Yeah, I can't believe I recommended it.
Oh, I forgot just how brutal Bujold can get. But yeah, so I'm reading that, and it's definitely the like, oh, I understood some more things about my dad because it was his favorite series, but also a little bit of he was acting so fucking smart with some talks about it, like, oh, you know, the character of Errol Vokosigan, he's actually, you know, did you pick up on the details that he's actually like bisexual, and the reason he's attracted to the woman that he ends up marrying is because of her masculine qualities. And I was like, wow, now that you bring it up, Dad, that's so subtle. I can't believe I missed that. I don't know why you don't like gay stuff if you could pick up on that subtle detail. And then literally a character just says all that in the book.
You're like, Dad.
I was like, you weren't being clever. You were just quoting Cordelia and claiming her clever. I wish I'd read this series years ago so I could have called him on that.
I call you on your bullshit, Dad. Oh, dads, they're a mixed bag, man. Mixed bag. Jen says subtle as a brick to the face. Yeah.
I mean, I started reading the books when I was in high school, so it's probably been oh God, it might have been close to a decade now since I last read one. Oh, but
a decade
yeah,
since high school.
So
don't
I'm
remind
sure if I
us
were
how
to go
old
back
we are,
and
Chelsea.
I'm sure if I were to go back and reread some of the early books, I've been like, these people are all queer as fuck. And neurodivergent. There is not a neurotypical person in the entire series.
Yeah, see, now I've never heard of this story. I really, really need to get it now. Maybe Jen will be nice and put the first book and the author in the chat for us so I can click it and go see.
You want to get to book 3, though. You want to get to their son, the hyperactive little gremlin man with paper in and glass bones and poor impulse control.
That doesn't sound like a good combination.
No, it's a very bad combination. That's what makes the books. Maybe that's why I like writing chaotic characters. Is Miles Naismith for Kosigan imprinted on teenage me, and I aspire to someday write a character who is just makes you go no, no, no as much as he makes me go no, no, no.
But you're a teacher. Who
That's
teaches children who need, like, you have smaller classrooms on purpose because they
I
need you
know.
more.
That's the irony.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Ben Bear says, does it help or hurt to tell you Jim Butcher speaks highly of it? It helps me. I respect Jim Butcher's opinion. I really, really wish he had had a chance to rewrite Dragonlance the way he wanted to. It sounded so amazing. But so that is what you're reading. Excellent. What are you listening to?
Music wise?
Or anything you're listening to. It could be musical, music, audiobook.
So my music is kind of weird. I just kind of put a bunch of songs on a USB. So it's a wild shuffle, and usually it's whatever's inspiring my current whatever current books or brainstormings that I'm doing. So I have one story that's kind of a space opera's not right. It's a sci-fi but very fantasy.
Okay.
Takes place on a distant moon and talks about capitalism. And then one is a horror comedy, so I have a bunch of songs that reflect those, with Epic the Musical sprinkled throughout in the Arcane soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chapel Roan.
Well, of course. I laughed when my husband has a whole bunch mixed up and he had Chapel Roan there. I'm like, do you even know who this is? How do you have that in there? It was very funny. He's like, of course I know who it is. No, I don't know what this song is, but I like it. Yeah, I just...
One of my favorite ways to find music is either when people like put out playlists for fanfics, or they'll do music videos for a show or a series. That's my favorite way to find new music. Is like, I'd never heard the song Lover, 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 and then someone did an amazing Black Bonnet music video to that after Our Flag Means Death Season 1 came out, and now it's one of my favorite songs.
I love it. Yeah, this is finding music randomly, right? I found Sabrina Carpenter because they were playing Please Please Me, right?
Oh, yeah, Please, Please, Please. There's
Just
an epic cover of that.
That one, so listening to that, it was just at a wine bar, and it was just playing. I was like, what is that? I must have it. And then I just adore Sabrina Carpenter now. So you never know where you could find some good music. Have you heard her song
Thumbs?
Yes. No, I just, like, at this point, I could recognize her voice now. Like, I adore her. I love her music. So, and I don't understand the controversy. She's not pretending to, she's not writing music for 11-year-olds. So don't bring your 11-year-old to her concert. It's not that hard. It's not that hard, people.
Yeah.
Excellent. So we talked about what you're reading, what you're listening to, and now what are you watching?
I tend to watch, so I feel like all my answers are just, here's the neurodivergent answer to every question. And so yet again, I'm going to give the neurodivergent answer to this question is...
You say that like it's a bad thing. This is not a bad thing.
I pick, this is my comfort show right now. I'm going to watch this on repeat. And so I've just been rewatching what's out right now of Murderbot over and over and over.
Is it that good? I have not started it yet, so I need to dive in, huh?
I'm really enjoying it. I only heard about it a little under a month ago, when some friends were telling me about it because they'd read the novellas. And so when I saw it popped up on Apple, I was like, oh, I have to give this a try. That sounded really good. And it's just delightful. Plus, it has David Dastmalchian in it. And at this point, anything he is in, I've hit the point where it's like, I trust his choices. I loved him in Suicide Squad. I loved Late Night with the Devil. Generally, if Dastmalchian in it, it's probably something I'm going to like.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm on book 6 out of the 7 that are released on Murderbot. So I wanted to wait until I read and they're all novellas except the last one was a full length novel, like 300 and something pages. Otherwise, they are all novellas that are quick. So I was waiting for that. So that is a good recommendation. So I look forward to it, especially you want to watch it again and again and again. So I will take it. Thank you very much. I just, don't want the book spoiled. I need to read those first. For some reason, I'm more patient with the show being spoiled than I am a book being spoiled. Do you have a quirk like that?
I mean, it makes sense because I would say with the current culture, it's so common for a lot of people to watch a show and just go nuts and start talking immediately. Books, I find it's a little bit harder to find a community that's where you are in a book when you're in that place in the book. So I think there's good reason to be more cautious with spoilers for books because you never know who is and isn't out there, and you're actually able to hold it in. But yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I'm quite involved
unless
in
it's
the
like The
book
Hobbit.
community. Well, yeah, I mean that one's got time
people
on
were
its
pissed
side.
about people were pissed about them talking about what was going to happen in The Hobbit when the movies were coming out. And while I'm not the biggest fan of Martin Freeman as a person, I do agree with his statement when he was like, the books came out like 80 years ago.
Yeah. It's like, come on, people. Come on. It's past the, it's past the can't spoil it stage. This is crazy.
There's already been a movie made on all this.
Yeah, the cartoon one that we watched before.
Yeah. Yep.
I watched that one growing up.
The greatest adventure is what lies ahead.
Right. Still, when I see The Hobbit, I see that cartoon character in my head. That's the first image that pops up. Excellent. So now that people know a little bit about you, hopefully they will be ready to dive into these books. I will say for this series, Picks Pocket, one of the things that we've heard it called, as you said at Fan Expo Dallas, and I think it fits, is cozy horror. And you would think those two things don't go together, but I think that is the perfect description for this story because there are stakes in it. But you don't have to not talk to the 18-year-old about the torture happening.
Yeah.
Right?
There's nothing. Yeah. This one is not meant to be truly scary, but it is meant to be spooky. Although the second one, I'm trying to think, I'd say there's probably only maybe one or two. The second one is not nearly as spooky.
Right. The second one has more. The more horror is the stuff going on in the temple.
Yeah.
So y'all can log in to see what's happening there. Also, your book has something to say about capitalism, so there's definitely something to say about that in this too. So let's see. Florida Kevin says this season appears to be the first book for Murderbot. Oh, okay. So I guess I'm not going to get any spoilers now.
Alexander Skarsgård is actually delightful as a robot who just wants to watch his soap operas.
Right? He just wants to watch his shows. Leave him be. Well, I don't know what pronouns do they use in the show? Because in the book, it refers to itself as it. That is the pronoun it wants used.
Varies based on the character.
Okay.
So some characters refer to Murderbot as it, some refer to him as he. It very much depends on the character and where they stand, which is interesting with the Preservation Alliance and also how some of them are struggling with the very concept of what Murderbot is because they're treating him like a human, but he's not a human. And so they're struggling with just because he looks human doesn't mean he's human.
Right. Well, we'll see how right they are as the series goes on. But so very exciting. And I love the cozy horror part of this. And it's definitely queer and definitely drag shows and zombies for that first one. Though there's more drag shows in the second one too. So we made
variety show this time.
That's true, but there's still drag show.
Which reminds me, we need to.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we need to at some point do. Because I'm sure I'm not the only one who writes dirty songs into her book. We need to eventually have a Pig's Pocket, a Misplaced Adventures songbook and cookbook.
Yeah, we can do a Jolly Chicken recipe book, and but there can't be any chicken recipes in it though. That's the only way that's going to work.
I think I have them eating chicken at any point.
No, well, in your bar they can eat whatever they want, but in Jolly Chicken they only serve fish. So, see, Kevin Petway's humor, your humor, it really works. I'm telling you, man, it works together. But do you have any last words for your ravenous fans who can't wait to get their hands on this book?
See, you're doing that thing again where you're saying like really nice shit to try and get me to do whatever you want me to do. I see you doing it.
Maybe,
I know
Chelsea.
what it looks like.
Maybe I'm saying
it to my children.
Maybe I'm saying it because I need to sell books. Come on now, give me some credit. Recipes and song, that's even better. Oh no, do not give Petway ideas. We're all in trouble now. We're all in trouble. All right. But any last words?
We could get somebody to actually write music. I'll sing them and record a CD. We could put out an album. Can you EGOT? Is there an equivalent of an EGOT in the book world?
I mean, I'm sure we could put it up somewhere. Are you going to be in charge of this project, Chelsea?
I don't have time.
Yeah, see?
So what I'm doing is, because Kelly is just so nice and wonderful and accommodating. Like, we all know that she is just the best, which is why she could handle something like this.
You're right. I totally can. Oh, wait, what did you just do? It does work on me, though. Flattery works on me. I'll take it.
It doesn't work on me. It's more like okay, I breathed a little bit. I had a little bit of external validation. I can go on another day.
Yeah, see, exactly. That's exactly it. No, now you got the chat going. Nice job. Jen, don't help her. So one more time, do you have any last words for the audience?
I feel like I need to be really clever, but I'm not.
So okay. You could just be tired.
Live long and prosper.
I support your message. Peace and long life. Excellent, excellent. Thank you, everyone. We shall see you next time. And I can't wait to see your reviews.
Somebody when I was younger convinced me that Vulcans actually shook hands like this, and I was so young I did not realize how vulgar it was.
Well, Mork and Mindy did it. Right, Mork? That is how they shook. It's just instead of their thumbs being out, their thumbs were in. So they would have their thumbs would be in, and they did shake like that. And that was Robin Williams.
So that's
Don't be surprised.
Yeah. I did not see. I've only seen a handful of Mork and Mindy, so I've never seen that.
They're entertaining just because the man's a genius.
Yeah. And I love that it, just like Laverne and Shirley, was a Happy Days spinoff.
Yep. Both of them were. Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how Happy Days had a sci-fi comedy spinoff, but here we go.
I have that whole story for that one. That one was because the guy, oh my gosh, I'm going to forget his name. He did half the darn
Ron
shows.
Howard?
He even did 90210.
No.
The producer, the guy who did it, he was Laverne's father, like the actress.
It explains Laverne and Shirley spinning off. And I
Uh,
loved how her L's got bigger as the series went on.
Somebody's going to do it. Did you ever see the Mork episode of Happy Days? That's what we're talking about, and that's why they did it. They did that first, and that became the spinoff. And they did it because the producer's son was like, dude, he was like, oh, what do you think of the show? Blah blah blah. He's like, you need like some aliens or something. And he's like, okay. So they had the main character fall asleep, and he had a dream about this alien, and it was Mork. The episode is like I have a hair somewhere. That's the problem with my cats. Gosh doggone it, their hairs. The episode was so popular, they put Robin Williams on, and that's when they taped in front of a live audience, right? So Robin Williams, young, still on cocaine at that time, right? And he was on fire. So he came out as the alien. Basically, he was told, be an alien. And he was. And so it was one of those things that the taping, they were supposed to tape like multiple shows that day, and they did anything but him because they could not couldn't stop it. Everyone was like, the cast was laughing, the directors were laughing, the cameraman, of course, the audience was dying. No one could keep it together. So obviously, they were going to do a spinoff, which he didn't want to do, by the way. But he needed the money. He loved his stand up. He loved being on stage. So he
I'm
didn't
so
want to do
glad
it.
he went for it though, because Mork and Mindy, even though I've only seen a little, it's so charming,
Yeah.
so sweet, except for the
When you watch it as an adult, trust me, there's a lot of things that aren't as innocent as you thought they were.
Now, I'm actually a little afraid to go rewatch Happy Days because going like, God, that show is fucking weird when you think about it. They really just threw the kitchen sink in that show. That's where we
they
get
have so
Jump
many
the Shark from.
seasons. That came from. Yep, that's where the whole thing came from. Now, if I'm gonna watch an
And
old
then the
TV
Fonz
show
grew up
again,
and
it's gonna
became a
be
children's
MASH.
book author.
I'm sorry.
Mhm. Oh, I was talking over you.
You
And then the
okay.
Fonz grew up and became a children's book author.
Right? Yeah, but Henry Winkler is a stand-up guy. That guy's amazing. So
And from everything I've heard, I mean, he earned my respect when I looked at his book and realized that it was intentionally published with the dyslexia font, which you can, turn ebooks to that, but I had never seen a print book with that print before. So, he probably put his foot down. And I thought that was just awesome, just seeing it.
yeah, you're seeing it more in children's books now, but he was
Good.
definitely he's a great guy. That's just there's not Hollywood doesn't exactly favor good people, right?
Yeah.
So it's one of those please don't meet your hero kind of things, right?
It seems to function a lot like the Empire. I'm not even joking. Like fundamentally, it rewards being cutthroat.
Yep. It was disappointed. It was a dream sequence. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you were disappointed that it was a dream sequence, Florida Kevin? Yeah. But it was pretty awesome just because he is amazing. And Al Light did say happy book birthday, so it's official. And I guess we're not getting Zafo. I think he's having problems. He's not able to get on.
I'd have to go do all the stuff, and yeah. I do, and my goal is to rebuild all of this. Switch up how we're doing it. But yeah, it's time for a
one
refresh.
thing at a time. I know. Still got to work every morning. Al Light gives you hugs, so there you go.
Yay.
All right. Well, you're amazing, Chelsea. Thank you so much for all of your hard work and your creativity. It's incredible. And
we have to figure out what the fuck's gonna happen in book 3.
I know we will have to do that. I don't know. Next. I know we'll work on that together. So I've got to finish up with Knowledge Itself first. So I have Shelley Campbell and Megan King still working on it. We're going through the fourth round of the third book, and as in just planning it. So
yes. I mean, I think the third books are always fundamentally going to be the hardest because you really want to stick that landing.
Yep, that's where we are. So we're circling, trying to make it happen. Same thing with you.
We should
no
all
problem.
Do?
We'll get there.
And I mean, I could be like a broken record because I've tried this with just about everyone I know. We should all get on together, get really drunk, and then watch a bootleg of Hadestown and rail about capitalism.
Is that going to help write book 3?
It might. It wouldn't hurt.
No, I need to watch the Tonys, big time musical fan like you are. You know a lot more of the obscure ones than I do though. Simply because I'm not in the world anymore like I used to be, but I still love the Tonys. So watching the new Darren Criss musical.
I actually don't know much. Just little things pop up. What's the Darren Criss musical?
It's Happily. Yes, Safo, go ahead while I look this up.
While you do that, Jake, we're actually wrapping up. We finished up, and this is kind of the after show. But Chelsea, what Jake Flukiger wants to know: what's your greatest asset as a writer?
Ooh. Such a good
Yep.
question.
There you go. There you go, Florida Kevin.
Neurodivergence.
There you go. That works.
Florida Kevin says fingers. Oh, I love it. The new Darren Criss musical is called Maybe Happy Ending.
Oh, I
And
think that one won the Tony.
it did. It did. So it won Tony for Best Musical, and he won Tony for Best Performance. It's him and Helen J. Shen star in it. And
Okay.
so I know like nothing else about it. So watching it, but watching him and Helen sing the song that they sang for the Tonys and stuff, I was like, what is that? So I looked it up, and I'm very excited to.
That's how I found out about Fun Home, was when the little girl came out and sang Ring of Keys. It's nice to know Darren Criss is doing a musical where he's not following in Daniel Radcliffe's footprints,
Yeah.
footsteps for a change.
Well, he's so freaking talented, but I think Glee actually set his career back, right? So it made us know who he is, but I think he would have progressed better without it, right? So
I don't know, because while I can see he wasn't, I mean, Glee was the thing that caused him to leave Star. So I
good
think
point.
now
Yeah.
he really only does Star Kid stuff when they're on tour. He doesn't settle down to do a show anymore.
Mhm.
But I mean, Glee got him in touch with Ryan Murphy, and he's done
Good
some
point.
great work. Like the one he won, I want to say the Emmy for, the assassination of the
Fashion
guy.
designer dude.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he was great in it. He was terrifying in it.
He's great in
Uh,
everything. The man is
yeah.
incredibly talented.
Well, he's Harry freaking Potter. You don't understand. He's a legend man to us all. Every son and daughter safe from you.
I didn't realize that he played that part because I actually saw it on stage. I didn't realize, but it was not an original cast like high school was doing it, right? So I had no idea the
Oh, that's
original
so
thing.
illegal. Warner Brothers is not letting them do that.
They don't care. As long
But
as
I think that's why they've done some of their
as
other
long as
musicals
Head
more
Turf
carefully.
doesn't get any money, I don't care. So, that's all that matters to me. But
Actually, at the lip sync karaoke, sorry, the lip sync cosplay thing, doing at Comic Palooza, I'm doing a song from Harry Potter Senior Year. I'm gonna do the Ron. I'm gonna do the Ron song Sidekick, and I'm gonna dress as Robin.
Here you go, make it happen. Have the fun. Have all
Yeah.
the fun. I love it. I love it. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for coming. Thanks for asking your questions. And we will see you soon with our next book release. Bye, everyone.
Bye, all.